Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
Drop it.
Welcome back to another edition of the Ball Don't Lie podcast. I'm joined here as always with Justin. I'm Ted. We got Spaghetti Pig producing the background. We're on week 12 already, my man. It is flying along. There was snow flurries outside the other day.
Yeah.
I put the sticks away on the shelf the other day, and I was like, I will see you on the golf trip in February, boys.
Yeah.
And that's always a sad day for me.
Yeah.
How's everything going with you, bud?
Not much. Well, unfortunately, I've barely played golf this fall, but yeah. So
That's what happens when you run a successful card shop, which is High Five Comic and Cards for those of you that don't know in Ankeny, Iowa.
Right.
Check it out.
So, no, yeah, I was thinking about that. Actually, funny you brought it up. I was like, oh my gosh, like the playoffs are here for college. I mean, it's we're getting really close, and yeah, I mean the NFL playoffs are kind of starting to take a little bit of form as well, which is always exciting for both of us.
You're getting that little, the moving day for the NFL there for sure. This week's a big week for some teams.
Right.
Yeah, for the Clones, look, they definitely do not control their own destiny.
Nope.
But their best shot is this week. I actually they need Arizona State to beat BYU and Colorado to get beat this week, and then they control their own destiny after that. Which you're like, oh, that's a lot. It's really not. Kansas is playing really well. They're playing with a purpose. They just knocked out.
BYU's an underdog. BYU's an underdog.
BYU's an underdog to Arizona State, who's playing really good football right now. And Kansas just knocked off BYU and Iowa State in a row. And they needed to win out the rest of their season at, I think, 2-6 to make a bowl. And they win this game too. It's all for it. They can be the Giant Slayer on the way out and make for a crazy Big 12 scenario situation. And I have tickets for the K-State game the last week of the year. Depending what happens this weekend with everything, I'll be decide if I go or not.
Yeah, it would be the conspiracy theorist in me says I really think if the Big 12 was smart, they want Colorado in. Like you hate or like Dion, Colorado needs to be in this playoff.
They're the best football team right now in the Big 12 too. They actually are.
I would agree with that.
They just are. They've gotten so much. Warren Sapp has gotten that defensive line going. And it's made they're like, well, the defense has gotten better. It's like the defense has gotten better because those boys up front are getting to the football and making it way easier in the back end is what's happened. Right. They couldn't get to the quarterback in the Nebraska game. That's a completely different defense now.
They've improved so much, and it's really awesome to see actually. But it's interesting. I think you and I were in the same boat. We thought for sure that's like Deion's going to Florida State. They'll let Norvell hang around. But guess what? With that commitment, that quarterback commitment today, you probably saw the news. I'm like, uh-oh.
He's staying. Deion's a scorned lover kind of guy. And when I think he kind of disavowed them altogether. I think when they looked over him and said the last time, things can always change.
They can.
Obviously, it is what it is. But
I mean, when you're taking a commitment like that from that high profile of kid, I mean, that kid is obviously asking you, like, are you staying? I mean,
he can always flip to wherever Deion's going though too. It's a different world.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, I guess in today's age that's right. But still, I thought that was kind of telling news anyway. If you want to read between the lines. So.
No, I think Colorado's in good shape there too. I don't see him going to the NFL. People keep talking about that.
Nah,
I don't think, and he has said it. Like he has openly said, like he told people close to him that I don't think my message would get across the same way.
Deion doesn't want to deal with Deion, who was 26 years old.
Well, Deion also, when he was head coach in college football, I mean, yes, there's an athletic director and stuff like that, but for your program, you get to run your program.
Right.
That's not the way for a coach in the NFL. No. You got GMs, you got owners that are very involved. It's just that. The AD is in charge of a million other programs too. Yes, football is always number one, but especially at Colorado, they're the worst P5 school in the nation. It wasn't close. And he's bringing money and donors. I mean, he can do whatever the hell he wants there.
Yeah, I mean,
period.
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, they're going to put his face on that mountain outside the stadium.
He's working on it. He's working on it. All right, man. Well, let's go a quick recap of last week. I stayed a perfect 0-11 in college football plays. It's going to be laughable. I told you. I said I should just start betting against Iowa State altogether. I had Cincinnati +8. Glad missed there. You had Missouri +14. That was, you just about had an outright winner there.
Almost another massive outright winner, dog.
That was crazy. So I got you to 7-4 in the season there in college football. You got a nice little record moving there.
Yep.
I went 3-2. You went 2-3 in our NFL plays. We went 2-3 in the circle plays. I can't remember who Shipley had for our picking our things. I'm not sure how he did on that too. But again,
he used the wrong combo.
Did he? That's what we've been doing in circle all year too.
Yeah.
So again, we do not run from our records. We stand by them. 23-32 in circa. Let me get that turned around pretty quickly. Got you at 28-38. I'm at 31-30. And again, 0-11 in college football, which is just laughable. Kind of funny. Hard to do.
Yeah. One of those.
But this was a tough week. I'm not going to lie to you. I actually liked way more college games than NFL games this week for the first time this year. I liked like 5 college games.
Yeah, I agree. I think this week's really tough. And quite frankly, for the listeners, this to me, if Thursday night's any indication, with the Browns being this smelly home dog, a 2-8 record, and people are like, what's going on? This line don't make sense. Look, books know what they're doing. They don't hand out freebies for you think they do, but they don't. This week feels like that to me. It feels like it's ugly, and some of these home dogs are just going to win because it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's very possible. And look, Tomlin struggles with the Browns. He's like 1-7-1. He's like that. And he's really bad on Thursday nights too.
Yeah,
he's 9-10.
And he's bad as a road. He's bad as a road favorite too.
Yeah,
historically.
So I have my 2 plays tonight where I had the Steelers money line in the under, and then I had a teaser with the Browns at 10.5 in the under. And my big one was I had under first half in a big round robin, which was 17.5. I got that home, so the first leg's chopped off, so that's good.
Nice.
But
nice.
Let's hop into I do have 5 plays here.
Okay.
I got to 5. I kind of had to kick one around to get to 5. I like to stay at that number, so
okay.
I'll get it started if you want.
Yep.
And I actually think I'm going to start with one I think we're going to agree with.
Okay.
I think this is going to be in your card.
Okay.
Got the Bears +3.5 against the Vikings. I'm not big on switching on coordinators all the time.
Yeah.
But Shane Waldron, it was just shocking they brought him in for a rookie. I didn't understand it. The Chicago local media really questioned it, rightfully so. But they should have won the game last week. They really, really, really should have. It was just some bad clock time management, but they should have won it just before it got to that spot anyways. They simplified the game plan, got back to running the ball and play action for Caleb, which I think is going to make him settle in. He has not had a great rookie year. He has not. Mm-mm. I mean, right now with how people have played, Drake May, Daniels, and Nix have all shown bigger flashes to be like your guy.
Correct.
Than he has this point.
Agree.
I mean, look, is he going to be that huge superstar? We'll see. There's still time for that. Can he be a serviceable quarterback? Yeah, he's got enough of that. We'll see.
Yeah.
But they simplified it and got it down for him last week. I thought ran the crap out of the ball, way more play action, easy throws early to get him settled in. That's stuff they hadn't been doing. And look, Minnesota keeps chugging along. But 3, that's a big hook here too. I just like the line. Bears at home. Feels like they're due to even win one outright. I kind of like a money line, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're right. So this will make our card. The only thing that like scares me here, and maybe talk it through, is that I feel like I had the Bears. No, I just left them off, damn it, because it didn't get to 6 on this. So it went to 5.5. But the Packers I feel like the Vikings and the Packers are extremely equal teams. And this is saying that the Packers are like noticeably better. And I'm not sure I quite agree with that. I mean, you can make the case based upon this line. That's the only thing that scares me here. But I'm with you in the sense of I feel like the change was good. I mean, the Bears were there to win the game. So I'm with you. This is also we don't see this very often in the NFL. This is the 3rd straight road game for the Vikings. I think that is difficult.
That almost never happens, actually.
You never see it. They do not do schedules like that. There's like 2 teams a year it'll happen to. And I'm not even sure if there's been another case this year, but this is the 3rd straight road game for Minnesota. That
actually makes me like my pick even more.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. Bears. I mean, Bears for sure. Yep.
Bears making your card?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Why don't you go next?
Okay. I'll stick to the home dog theme here. I don't know why I go to this team. This is horrible. You won't have this play, I promise you.
You gonna do the Raiders?
No. Nope. Probably worse than that.
Oh.
Carolina plus 11. So, look, these bad teams, we've talked about this before. There's times when you do back them because they do start covering. Carolina's won back-to-back games, right? They're horrible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're good, but they're coming off a bye. They definitely feel like motivated. This is their Super Bowl right now. This is their all-out game to feel like, oh man, like, we're going to get that positive 500 or the 500 record the second half of the season. Chiefs, not a great spot here as well for them. I mean, they're off some pretty big back-to-back 3 games in a row. This is your letdown. Patrick Mahomes, I heard a stat. I can't take credit for it. As a double-digit favorite on the road in the NFL, he has covered 0 times in his career. 0. Wow. As a double-digit favorite on the road, he has not covered once. So
let's just say what it is. He's Patrick Mahomes, so he gets a complete pass because he still has been good in late drives and that type of stuff throughout the rest of the year. I mean, they have 1 loss. He's Patrick Mahomes. We expect him to do what he needs to do to win games or playoffs, but he has not been very good this year. Not just statistically. He's made some bad decisions in bad spots in other games too, not just last week, that he's gotten away with.
He has. 100%.
So this has been a throwaway year for him statistically. Now,
correct.
Dude, do I think he's – no, this is not – I'm not
no.
a dummy. I'm not a hater. I'm just saying he has not played good football at this point.
Correct. Yeah. Call spade a spade, right? For sure.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yep. CJ Stroud's the same way. CJ Stroud's having a crappy second. He's having that sophomore slump, which is what I thought was going to happen preseason, which is why I did not like the Texans at all.
We talked about that. You're playing number 1.
I saw this coming because it happens 9 times out of 10, unless you guys like Patrick Mahomes. This is probably his worst statistic season as a starter. It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah, without question.
So we'll come back to this. This has a potential to actually make the card.
Okay. All right.
I don't hate it at all. Hate it at all. Here we go. We got Pig chiming in here. Throughout history, which TV announcer holds the current record for most touchdown passes in the career for the Dallas Cowboys?
Which TV announcer?
In his career for Dallas Cowboys. It wasn't Don Meredith. Throughout history, which TV announcer holds the current record for most touchdown passes in his career for the Cowboys?
Jason Garrett?
I feel like it's a trick question, so I'm going to say Don Meredith. Is that right, Pig?
Jason Garrett? Does he count as an announcer?
No. Dude, he threw like 3 career touchdown passes.
Yeah, but who else has played?
Aikman. I think Aikman's the obvious answer.
Oh, I guess it.
It's not Aikman.
I don't know who qualifies as a TV announcer.
Meredith's on Monday Night Football.
Right.
Aikman's going now. Oh, that's Romo.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's
Romo.
That's
Overthought
right.
that one. It's
Yeah.
got to be Romo, right, Pig?
Yeah. Yep. Right in front of us. Has to be.
It's got to be Romo.
Yeah. You're right.
I'm going to move forward as it's Romo. You tell us if we're wrong, Pig.
Okay.
All right, Carolina, we'll play off that.
All right.
Hey, I'm going back to the well. These guys are just better than Vegas wants them to be. This is the only guys that Vegas has continually gotten wrong week after week after week. Carolina is a pick-em this week at Seattle. They're a better football
Arizona.
team.
Arizona, you mean? Arizona.
Who did I say?
You said Carolina.
Oh, sorry. You got Carolina on the brain. Arizona. I'm going back to the well again.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are they're a pick-em with Seattle. They should be favored in this football game.
Yeah. I figured
favored in the football game. I think we're still getting a great line here with this game. Now, I expect it to be a hard-fought football game. Seattle's playing better than, but I'm just telling you, the Cardinals are playing the best football of any team in that division. Vegas just has not accepted that yet. That Kyler Murray is just better than you want him to be.
Yeah.
And that defense is running around playing great.
Yeah.
And Connor's a workhorse, man.
Yeah.
I just think that this is a game where they step on the gas and kind of put their foot stamp on the division. And you do that with the win here.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I like the situation. Cardinals are off the bye as well. They got to be feeling really well.
Seattle just stole one an emotional win that cost me so much. Cost me a monster week last week, actually.
Yep.
I need a Niners money line. So did my dad.
Where do I want to go? I've debated. I'm going to add it. We'll stick with the home dog theme. Giants +6. Making the change. DeVito. I'm not a DeVito guy, but
neither.
You just can't play any worse than Daniel Jones has played either. So I think Daboll is making this change, and
Daboll didn't make this change.
Well, he didn't. You're right, but I think now,
if he made this change, he would have played Drew Lock.
Oh, Drew Lock, yeah, sure, right. I think we're just going to see a whole different, I do. I think we're going to see a different type of playbook drawn up here, and quite frankly, who are the Bucs to be laying 6 on the road?
That's quite a bit, and they're pretty banged up still too. That's quite a bit.
I mean, it sounds like they're getting I think maybe Evans is back.
He's going to play,
but he's definitely not.
I can't get behind you all here in the Giants, but this is a no play for me.
Sure,
it's a game I just don't like. There's just too much going on for me. So I'll cheer for you. If this is a Daboll call, Drew Lock would be playing. But in his contract, the Giants owe him $500,000 if he finishes the year with 60% completion percentage or better. He's 3 for 8 right now in the season. We don't have to pay him on that. And if you think you're not telling free agent stuff with what you did to Saquon and now doing this out loud, you guys were known as like one of the best run franchises in sports, like forever. You've lost that in a hurry. Running through coaches, doing stuff you didn't used to do. I think it's a bad look. I think it's a horrible look that they went over Drew Lock not playing.
Yeah. Yep.
I really do. Now, if it's a management deal, because hey, there's a quarterback they really like, whether it's Shador or maybe the Ward kid, which I think is going to get somebody fired. If that's your reason of doing it, look, I get it.
Sure.
But this is not a Daboll call. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's coming from upstairs. All right, I'm going to go to another one. This is against your theme, our theme. The Rams just have not put together the season I thought they would. They've won some games that I didn't think they would, and they just lost too many times on it. And a team I did like preseason was the Eagles, just because of their roster. And they're playing the Eagles are just quietly going about their business right now and playing really damn good football because they're just giving Saquon the rock and running it down people's throat. And that secondary is playing really, really well. Cooper's really good, and he's not even the best rookie in the secondary. That other guy, I forget his name. It's like Mitchell or something. He's probably going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's probably the leader right now. God, what's his name? I keep forgetting. He's playing really, really well, though. And then Slay's an old guy, but he's playing well, too. And they have all those pass rushers up front. I just think they're too much for a banged-up Rams offensive line.
It is Mitchell. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100%.
I think it is
right.
Mitchell.
It's like Quinion Mitchell or something like that.
Something like that. Mitchell's coming to my brain. But he said, I think he's the front runner for rookie of the year on the defense side of the ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do -3. I like the Eagles here. I really do.
Yeah, I could probably be convinced here. I think I'm going to – I mean, it's Eagles or nothing for me for sure, actually. So, I think this is probably high likely this will make our card. So,
yep.
I will go. I'm struggling to add my fit. This week is tough for me.
This is a hard week, man.
Yeah, I know for sure where I'm going to go. So I'll add the Monday night, and I'll have one more. But I just got to think on where I want to go with it. So I will. I'm going to take the Chargers. I just don't get why the Ravens are favored. I just think it's weird now. All of a sudden, like Harbaugh gets the under the helm, and now like people wanted to make the Chargers go with Staley, even though they weren't. They actually get a coach in. Clearly, we've seen progress. I just think Chargers are undervalued. I think this team is like sneakily good. I just don't think they get the love. I mean, the Ravens here the Ravens on the road.
They've not been good. I mean, that was horrible. That was horrible against the Steelers.
Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, they gagged the game, and you know what? Yeah, it could be.
Tucker's cost them at least 2 football games this year. Do you think you'd ever say that?
Right.
Justin Tucker has cost the Ravens 2 football games.
Yes, yeah. Right. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'm walking into it here, but I felt like this should be like a pick 'em. I'm not saying I thought the Chargers should be favored, but I didn't see this line. I really didn't.
You got a little brother in the Harbaugh Bowl?
Yeah, right. I like the Chargers.
I got it at +2.5 right now. Is that what you have?
I know. Yeah, it's 2.5 in the contest, so I still take it.
Yeah, I think it opened at 3, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Did you grab it at 3?
I did, yeah. I grabbed it at 3, but yeah, I just took 2.5 because it went down in I think that's what it is in Circa.
It is. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm glad you said something about Monday night because I was just didn't know what to think about it. So I'll probably just join you and go there because I like that Monday Night Football.
Okay. I need one more, and I'm torn between a couple.
I got I got one more for sure, and I'm teetering on this other one between 2 games. So you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna like this play actually.
Okay.
I don't want to like Miami. I think they're coming together a little bit here. It's back-to-back weeks of pretty big lines for them, but they kind of got some stuff in front of them now, and it's right now. So I'm actually going to take the 7 points against the Patriots at home. If this was in New England, with it being cold, I would go the other way, but it's in Miami, and that's the only reason I'm going this way.
So that's funny. I think I was down. Hey, bud. I was down between this game or the Niners. So I'm going to make this. We're going to add this, and this can be my 5th play. I'm going to take Miami as well.
Okay.
So I agree. I think
I'm shocked you agree here. You've been going for Pats lately. I actually thought we had the opposite on this play.
Yeah. No, I do think it's a little like a good sell spot here on the Patriots.
Yeah. He's still a rookie. We're getting into November. This is Miami at home with a lot to play for. This is one of my favorite plays of the week, actually.
Okay. Really like if you are still alive in Survivors, like Miami is a great sneaky option.
This is a sneaky play. It's really a sneaky play for that.
Yeah. So I am in agreement here. I think, the Patriots are really going to I just think in terms of just struggling moving the ball. This is 3rd week back here for Tua. We're starting to see he's going to get his feet underneath them. They're going to start to gel and click. We're kind of seeing it. And so, I agree. Actually, Miami here is going to be that way that schedule shapes up. They're going to be that sneaky team that might be that last spot in.
They're the team that's worrying me at running Denver down is Miami because of how our schedule ends and how theirs is kind of okay. So
right.
Well, I'm toggling between 2 plays here, and then we get to our college play. So while I'm thinking about it, why don't we throw it to commercial and hear from our sponsors, and I'll decide where I'm going.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's Single Barrel Bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa-born, Iowa-aged, Iowa-bottled. Try the new Single Barrel Bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com. When energy meets precision, anything is possible.
I'm Carter Hawley, the Chief Energy Officer of the Iowa State Cyclones. I'm full of energy on and off the court, but nothing gives me more energy than helping families find their dream home. And that's where Green Beret Realty comes in. They're more than just realtors. They're a team dedicated to getting things right for you and your family, just like we get it right on the court. Sometimes it takes a team to get the call right. And when you're buying a home, you want a team that makes all the right calls. That is Green Beret Realty. And here's the best part. When you buy or sell a home through Dan at Green Beret Realty and mention this ad, he'll make a donation to the We Will Collective, helping student athletes like me thrive on and off the court.
Green Beret Realty, because getting the call right means everything.
Welcome back to the Ball Don't Lie podcast. We are in week 12. I'm Ted. He's Smule. We got Pig producing in the background. And Pig has another trivia question for us. This is great. Which franchise was the most recent to join the NFL? I mean, I know that one. That was pretty easy. Do you know it?
Which franchise?
You can trip up on this if you're not careful.
You're saying you know it? Is that what you said?
I know.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is it too obvious?
No, it's going to trip you up. Were you going to say the Texans?
What's that?
Were you going to say the Texans?
No.
Who are you going to say?
I was.
It is the Texans? I thought Cleveland came back after them.
Oh, no. Okay. I wasn't.
I thought it was a trick question. It is. So the Texans did come after Cleveland came back.
I was going to say Jacksonville, but.
Now, Jacksonville and Carolina came in mid, like 95, 96. And the Texans came. Man, I thought. Texans came later than I thought then. I thought the Texans snuck in there before Cleveland got their franchise back. 2002. Chris London.
It was obvious.
Yeah, it was obvious. I didn't think that was it. I thought it was Cleveland a sneak because they were.
Yeah.
You think the Browns been around?
Yeah, Houston. Yeah, right.
When did the Browns come back, Pig? I got to make sure you're right on this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's man. I really thought Cleveland came back after that. Now because they took Tim Couch in like 2000. It's right. It's right. Yeah. Damn. I should follow up that more. All right. Resume franchise in 99. Yeah. Stupid.
There you go.
There you go. Good stuff, Pig. All right. I'll tell you the two games I was toggling with, and I did make a decision.
Okay.
So I was toggling with the Cowboys getting 10 at Washington. Washington has hit a log jam right now. Jaden Daniels looked horrible last. Now look, Philly they're just way better. They had good pass rush, but he was off his back foot, not hitting little dump passes that are like 8 yards or in the dirt. It's the worst game he's had as a pro, not even close. And you're hitting that rookie. So that's why I like Nix right now. He's actually progressing the right way, not going the other way. I just think that the Cowboys are going to play hard. It's a division game. They look terrible last week. I get it. But they had their opportunities to cover against the Texans on that still, the 7.
Yeah.
They had a couple of really dumb plays and defensive touchdown and stuff too, and they got away from them.
Right.
I'm not going with that game though.
Okay.
But keep that in mind for Circa if you like some of that later.
I don't hate it.
Okay.
I don't hate it.
I went with my Broncos at Vegas. It's 6 points. I don't like that much with Denver usually, but playing pretty damn good football right now. Nix is playing pretty well. And I think I think Peyton has if you look at our schedule, this is a must get. I think we have Carolina the week after. No, we already played Carolina.
Cleveland.
We have next week.
Cleveland.
We have Cleveland. Yeah. So we have to get those next 2 games going in the bye, get ourselves to 8-5, and then find a way to get home on the back end because
Yeah.
it gets a little prickly at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Denver, -6.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hate it. This is like one of those like weird, smelly division games that just could go wonky, right? I mean, the Raiders kind of
Vegas could win the damn game. Vegas could win the game.
Yeah, I mean it just depends I don't know where the Raiders' motivation lies in terms of if they are up for playing spoiler. Because
I think I'm betting on this because I think it's happened. I think Pierce has lost. When Max Crosby made comments about that, I was like, oh no, he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
That means it's not good.
Yeah, I mean they played really hard last week.
And they did. But then they came back and played hard. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I get the reasoning here. Yeah, I wouldn't play the Raiders.
And the Raiders, I mean, the Giants are making a move right now. The Raiders are smart. Don't put yourself in a position to not get the guy again. I think there's one guy in the draft. Some people like Cam Ward. Maybe you do. I don't at all. I do like Shedeur, though. I think he's the only guy to take. And I think he might be the third quarterback off the board.
I would agree. Yeah, he's the only guy. So going back to your Cowboys space, funny, Drew, he sent me a message, and I was like, about the Commander. I remember it was like a couple of weeks ago when I think Pittsburgh was there, and I was like, look, I promise you the books will catch up. The Commanders will not go above 500 against the spread the rest of the season. I go, it just doesn't happen. And he's like, you're crazy. Well, now they're 0-2. So, I mean, it just happens. They catch up to you, man. These lines are tough. So I completely understand where you're coming from that Dallas angle also.
I just went over the comments. I missed it earlier. Drew Shipley did start the podcast with, I came here to see Commanders -1 billion make the circuit card this week. No, it might go the other way, buddy. It might go the other way. The Commanders should not be laying double digits at this point.
No.
I mean, they're a failed Mary away from being on a crazy.
Yeah, right. People are forgetting that.
They did play the better. They should have won that game, but they lost it. I mean,
yeah,
you hit a Hail Mary to win the game. So
yeah.
I don't like that. I do think the Commanders are going to win, by the way. I think 10's just too much.
Yeah, and you know what? The other thing here, though, we haven't talked about is we haven't yet in the NFL had that like unbelievable, shockingly loss yet with a double, especially one of those high double-digit teams to win outright. It happens every year. It's going to happen probably twice, maybe 3 times. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the week where, a couple just weird teams for no reason win a game.
You got a staff coaching for their jobs, even though it's gone. They're all done. They should all be looking for new jobs right now.
Yeah.
But you got players there too for Dallas that you want to be here next year. You better put some good tape out there because it might be overhaul time.
Yeah.
So. That was just missed there. So I'm gonna play the Broncos. I don't love the play. That's by far my least favorite play in the card.
Okay.
But
we got enough to go off of.
Oh yeah. I do. This is my favorite play of the college plays, and I did have a bunch I liked. I love USC -4.5 at UCLA. It's at home. It's crosstown. They're staying home for this.
Yeah. Right.
USC is a better football team than their records put out this year.
Agreed.
They had some weird stuff happen. They had the travel stuff first in the Big Ten. They're a way better football team than UCLA. I think this should be a touchdown line. I think we're getting very, very favorable line on this. I think it should be 7 to 8. To be honest with you,
I like this play. I really do. Yep.
I love USC. I think I'm getting off the schneid. I'm not going 0-12.
Yeah,
guaranteeing my first win of the year. I'm going to be 1-11 sitting there this time next week.
Yeah, I like this. I'm going to take him just because I love to bash him, even though I don't pick against him. But I'm going to take Maryland against Iowa. It feels like this Iowa team might just be crumbling as we speak from some text and stuff that we've received. I'm 6.5. This feels like a gift maybe right now.
Maryland's very, very good against the run.
Good against the run, yeah. And look, if all is true, then I think you really have to question where Iowa's heads are at after losing to UCLA. Coming off that bye week, I think that feels like it's like season's over.
UCLA is not a good football team. And they somehow beat Nebraska and Iowa. That's a really bad loss for both of them.
But that's
I
not
know what's out there. I don't care.
right. So you have to just question that, right? Where their heads are at, and the quarterback issues that are going on. I mean, this feels like just an ugly, low-scoring affair, and 6.5 here with Maryland at home just feels like too many. So I think Maryland's probably still motivated to go make a bowl game. They need this one. So
Trent Condon gave me – I was listening to the radio today on KXNO. His play of the year, and I completely agree with it. He's like, it's a 50-star play, whatever he said. Iowa's team total is at 26.5 right now. I got it at 26. I'm hammering the under on that.
Boy, that feels – that's scary.
26.5? You think Iowa's going to score 27 points?
No, but that's scary then. What am I feel like now I'm missing something.
That's what it is.
Gosh. Oh, that makes me nervous. Why is it that high?
I don't know, man, but
it's going to be some stupid ass defensive touchdown, kick return, punt return.
I bet accordingly. So if that – I was like, why is it that high? So,
I would agree. That don't make any sense to me.
No.
This feels like a game that what time is this kick? Kicks off at 11 and it's halftime at 11:30. The clock's just going to be running.
Again, don't forget who's on the other sideline. Brian's over there. For whatever that's worth.
That's true. Yeah.
So, all right.
Cool.
Feel good about that. Okay, let's run through these plays here. I got us both for 5 plays here. We agreed on 2 circa plays for sure. Sounds like we might have a couple more, so we'll get those out in the socials as always. Yeah. And hey, get to your 3 Beard Media, all the social media sites. Get your merch from all different podcasts. Get some Ball Don't Lie gear. I'll run through my plays here quick first. I got the Bears plus 3.5. The Cardinals going to pick them. Eagles -3. Miami -7. And Denver -6. So a different theme than Small had for his week on the home dogs. I got a lot of favorites in there. Small has the Bears plus 3.5. Carolina plus 11. The Giants plus 6. Chargers plus 2.5. And Miami -7. For my college play, I had USC -4 in the hook. And Small had Maryland plus 6.5. We did agree with the Bears in Miami for our circa plays. So we got 2 plays locked in there already.
I think the Eagles probably make it.
Think the Eagles make it?
I do. I like that pick.
Should we lock them in right now?
I think so.
Well, let's go ahead and lock the Eagles and Carolina in for 4 plays right now too, because you kind of have me convinced on that side. That's a lot of points. So we'll lock the Eagles in at -3 and Carolina at plus 11, and we'll find our 5th one.
I like another. Who else did you have? I liked another one that you picked.
I made a star on the Cardinals the one you'd play. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's probably. I think that's probably the one too. Yeah,
it's a tough week, man.
Yeah,
it's a really tough week. It's just go back to the well. When in doubt, bet the Cardinals this year. It's been working. Yep. And they had 2 horrible beats to not cover twice this year for me too. Horrible beats. Yeah,
no, they've been. You're right. Yeah, I like that.
You should not be is that the Cardinals' first half though. They've been just a great second half team.
We're playing what? We got Miami and Chicago for sure, right?
We have Miami and Chicago. We both agreed on our cards, and you wanted to add the Eagles, and I said let's add the Panthers.
Okay, cool.
So, all right, I like that.
Sounds good.
You got anything else, bud?
Nope. Gosh, week 12. What the hell?
Week 12, man, it's so fast.
Jeez.
So fast. Hopefully the Clones get a good week with and they're gonna know where they sit for their night game too. So there could be a lot of motivation. At Utah for that, because both games, the Colorado game and the BYU game, are before that. I think they're both 2:30 kicks, so they should know the results by the time that they kick.
Iowa State just missed for me picking it.
I don't know, dude. I'm just win the game. That's a lot of points.
Yeah,
I think traveling out there. I don't know.
I think Utah packed it in after
they lost that heartbreaker.
That Colorado. I just think you do that, you give up that many points. That to me just kind of is like we're done, because that's kind of a low key little rivalry type of game there as well. I just think
Utah BYU.
Utah Colorado last week.
Utah Colorado. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Given Utah, giving up 49, Utah's normally like tough as nails on defense, and so that's just not their MO. So that I feel like
there was some rumblings that they think this is one thing that scares me, and it's like, God, it might have been Condon again. I did listen to that show today. There's rumors this might be Whittingham's last season. So this could be his last home game, and maybe the players know what. That's a little scary.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, it is traveling west to unfamiliar kind of territory. So, I mean, that's the only reason why
we did smack BYU doing that last year, though, as dogs in that game.
They did. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Go Clones. Hope that goes well. We'll see.
Yep.
Just take care of your own business. Let the rest fall out. The Tech loss gives Colorado. Not Colorado. It gives Arizona State, though, the advantage over us, too. So the Tech loss is just bad. Don't lose that football game, and you're still control your own destiny. Just bad loss.
Right.
All right, man. That's all I got. Thanks to Pig for producing the background. Love the trivia questions. Keep those coming again next week. As always, I'm Ted. He's Smooth. Cash that ticket.